Now, President Trump's MAGA agenda is just what the doctor ordered. And hey, you voters love it.
We're calling it Trump 2.0, starting out strong with 53% of Americans approving of the job that he's doing so far. And whether they support him or not, 70% say he's doing what he promised on the campaign trail.
Yeah, but a weaker spot, inflation. 2/3 of Americans say he isn't focusing enough on lowering the prices of goods and services.
Joining us now, Ms. Lansky and Partners President Lee Carter, along with PragerU personality and RNC Youth Advisory Council member Xaviaer DuRousseau. Since we're talking polls, I'm going to start with you, Lee. Overall job rating, 53% approval rate. That is higher than what he saw in his first term. And again, this is overall. We'll dig into some of these issues in just a moment, but people are very happy with his performance, and he has really hit the ground running. I mean, implementing policy in record speed.
I mean, it's amazing how popular he is after just a few weeks in office. The other thing that I was looking at in these polls that I think is fascinating is 70% of people say that he's tough, he's energetic, he's focused. 58% of Americans say he's effective. So it's more than just being popular in his approval rating. People are seeing him as getting the job done. And as you said, 70% of Americans right now say he is doing what he promised to do. How many politicians can you say that about? He's hit the ground running, and there's no stopping him. It's unbelievable to see these kinds of results, especially where he was just 2 years ago.
Hey, Xavier, I want to take a different tact with you, but it goes to this. You've seen both sides of the equation coming from the left into where you are today. And when you have someone who's a contrast to President Biden and the Biden-Harris administration, the weak behavior, the optics of it, I mean, do you think people react viscerally to that, to what they see?
I mean, absolutely. You know, in Gen Z, we would say that President Trump is standing on business. He is strong, he is focused, he is hydrated and energized, four things that Joe Biden hasn't been since the mid-1900s. And ever since he has taken office, we have seen him just take immediate action. And it's something that's beautiful to see. It's something that I have desperately wanted. And it's a huge reason why I left the left and came over to the right, is because I want to have leadership that is actually following through with their promises instead of making up random lies and continuing to gaslight us whenever we call it out.
Lee, I'm going to come back to you because voters, or people in this poll, rather, had one gripe, one bone to pick. And remember, as you mentioned, we're only a couple of weeks in here, days, just days, and he's done a lot. But they're saying 66% of them that his focus on lowering prices hasn't been sharp enough. I would say you've got to give him time. He's got tax policy he's working on in Congress. He's also got border policy that's a huge economic issue. He's got energy policy that will bring prices down. For those people who expected this to be a magic light switch, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and I would say that we do need to give him time. I totally agree with you. But the American people aren't patient on this issue. They've been waiting for a long time. They've been saying this is the #1 issue that's most important to them for 4 years, so they want to hear that he's addressing it. And what I would say to the American people is right now it's 6:30 the day after the Super Bowl, and the president is still at his desk working.
It's true.
He's doing what he said he was going to do, and so I think you do need to give him time. But I do think he needs to articulate that a little bit, because there's a lot of people out there who are concerned about the impact of prices because of tariffs. There's other concerns that they have, that messaging that's out there, and I think he's going to have to address it sooner rather than later, because this is one of the most important issues to the American people. And we've seen the last 2 months, people are not as confident in the economy as even they were just a few months ago.
You know, I want to stay on this a little bit, though, Jackie. And Xavier, you talked about standing up, right? Standing on what he said. Well, messaging's a part of this, and using social media, X, Truth, reaching out, podcasts. Do you think that's a way to get people to understand that all the things he's doing and trying to do are what leads to real price reduction, not fake price reduction that Biden tried to sell?
You know, absolutely. Messaging is going to be key, and I believe that the Trump administration has done a great job of communicating everything that he's working on. If you look over on X, you are going to see all the people that are so excited about the changes that are coming. But people also need to be realistic. Like, it's been 3 weeks. People need to calm down a little bit and realize that you cannot fix a broken economy just seemingly overnight. We have Doge that is going in and figuring out all the different elements of the system that are broken. And Elon Musk, trust and believe, he is making sure that we know every single step step of the process.
Yeah.
So I think that they're doing a great job with messaging.
And it was a 4-year problem in the making that wasn't his fault, so people do need to take a deep breath.
Yeah. It's been less than a month.
Lee Carter, Xaviaer, DuRousseau, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.